Hello, YouTube. ZiggyNo back with Sports Cards Daily. Today is Saturday, August 29th, and on this day in 1925, after a night on the town, Babe Ruth, late to practice, is suspended and fined $5,000. I just thought that was pretty interesting. First of all, that it's a fact, and $5,000 had to be a lot. And I just wonder what kind of night. I mean, it's 1925, right? It's the Roaring Twenties. Man, that was probably a good party in New York City. Wow. Okay, so what'd you miss yesterday? I'm going to go over a 1986 Fleer basketball set video, the Future of Wax Distribution podcast, Project 2020 print run update conversation, top 5 soccer picks, heart of the hobby with a super collector, and first ever grading submission. But before we get to that, let's talk a little bit about the news. So first of all, sports resumed today, and I don't want to get political, but my only comments are that I really wish there was more moderation in the world, like a moderate voice of reason, compromises, conversations. It seems like we're very polarized, and sports are pulled into that, and it's sad. So let's be excited. Hopefully, have a great weekend, and let's be thankful and be kind and considerate of your neighbors. And I'll leave it at that. So, I'm going to focus on an article on Sports Card Investor. What are we seeing in 2020? Great little article on just, again, more of the craze, the rise. Again, if you're new to the hobby, you came in at an unusual time. It's not normally like this, right? And if you've been in the hobby for a while, you know that. Also, going to highlight a little bit about the Ben Brawler Topps Chrome that came out or is coming out or being sold on Topps. And I'll be honest, I don't know much about this. So if you have more information, please leave a link or description or information below. I'd appreciate it. I'm reaching out to my contacts to find out more as well and looking forward to hearing more about this. But I think it's interesting. I mean, Ben Baller, Topps Chrome, I mean, it's obviously pulling more people into the hobby as well. And I'll talk a little bit about that with another content creator at the end here that I will mention. Today at 11 a.m., Hobby Hotline's on every Saturday, 11 a.m. At 10 o'clock, every Saturday, Sports Card Live. And between, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of other content we'll be catching up on. So hope you enjoy. Let's get into the content of the show. What are we seeing in 2020? Great little article. Again, if you're not familiar with Sports Card Investor, he has these articles on his page, regularly updated. If you are interested in writing an article, I recommend submitting them there because you have a chance to get some money for it. So I think that's pretty cool. Without going into too much detail, he talks about all the craze in the hobby. I think this is really neat to show. This is June 4th. Sold for $525. And this is after the whole V thing, I think, came out, right? Gary V thing. Or maybe it wasn't. I'm not really sure. Maybe it was later on. But okay. June 6th, $525. August 7th, $2,200. Same card. It's freaking crazy, man. Great article. Check it out if you have a chance. I'll drop a link below. Here's a quick snapshot on that Topps Chrome Ben Ballers. I'm talking to my boy Chris Leroy to get more information on it. He did grab one. He'll probably break in his group, and I'm looking forward to getting more information and hearing more about this set, this product, and what you people think. Next, if you haven't already following Baseball Card Collector Investor Dealer, you're missing out on probably the best sports card content on YouTube. The guy just drops knowledge all the time, and he's unbiased. He's not hyping anything. He's not bullshitting anybody. He's just educating. This is a great video. He gives the history. Like, one of the things I never knew, he talks about the fact there was no basketball cards from 1981 to 1986. For 5 years, there was no basketball cards being manufactured. So when this set came out, it's the first set in basketball. And it had, because of that, had all these first cards of all these epic players. Again, I just learned so much in this. Really cool video. And again, I'm huge fan. This guy's subscribers continue to grow, but he should have 40,000 subscribers because everybody should be paying attention to what this man's dropping. Great conversation, well, I should say conversation podcast from Sports Card Nation, talking about the future of wax distribution, talking about what's going on in retail and how the hobby's changing, all these online direct products, and this is a gentleman who has years of experience, talks about the middlemen, distributors. I just found it a good listen, good chat. So I do recommend if you have the 18 minutes, pick it up, listen. Maybe you're in the car or drive. Great podcast. Next, one of my other favorites I've been following for a while, CRT Sports Card, Chris over there, talking about Project 2020. Definitely become the expert. And it's funny, I like watching that, like Baseball Card Collector I talked about earlier, and Chris's. These guys are channels that are creeping up on 2,000 subscribers. Well deserved. Great content, guys. And this one, he mentions how print runs have been on the drop and how that's not necessarily good for this product and this hobby, which was some interesting insight from him. I continue to dip my toe in Project 2020. I will admit I stopped going every day. And part of that is I'm just annoyed by tops. In fact, I have one order I can't seem to find. I never got my Shore Griffey card. I know that sounds crazy, but I never got it. And it shows that it was shipped. It even shows it was delivered, and I have the other 2 cards, but I didn't get that card. I don't even know where that package went, and I don't know. It's like, I mean, it's a $5 card, so it's not a big problem, but that's really bizarre. The shipping from Topps has been terrible. Next up, I mentioned these guys yesterday, Red Cape Sports. They did the top 5 soccer picks today, and I thought it was interesting. He goes over his previous top 5 soccer picks and talks about the next 5 soccer picks. And I'll be honest, I don't understand soccer. And I'm still cautiously playing in soccer, right? My big investment in soccer is I pre-ordered a box for $440 and it's now selling for $8. And I'm probably going to flip the box. I'll probably never open it because I just don't understand soccer, but I love learning. So applaud these guys for sharing this information. And again, I have no idea if these are good picks or bad picks, but it seems like he's doing well. Next up, Let Me Get That Potograph. I will mention Let Me Get That Potograph and the gentleman who does, I think it's John, who does the podcast here, Quick Hobby Hits, are both members of Hobby Hotline, which will be on later today at 11 a.m. So if you have any questions about stuff, you can also pop in and ask these guys. I thought this is cool. He's talking to a super collector who's going over the 2014 Topps Chrome football collection, and there you can see a super fractor of Tom Brady. That's probably a big card. Great conversation, by the way. One of my favorite videos of the day was watching these young men who I've spoken about a few times. Guys, if you're watching my video, go out and give these kids some subscribers, man. Give them some thumbs up and some comments. Let's give these guys some love. Love watching boys opening cards like this. I have 4 sons, so I can totally relate to this video. What blew my mind was watching them respond to the grades. Now, again, I assume they probably graded some personal cards, and they did it with GMA, which I think is actually smart for kids to do because it's affordable, it's fast. But you can see him opening a 7 here, and the brothers are like blown away. A 7, you can. I don't know. It's just, to me, it was hilarious. I really enjoyed it. Last one I'm going to mention real quickly is not really. It's not really a channel I want you to watch, but something to keep your eye on, and that's Akoki Sports Card House. This gentleman, Steve Akoki, very popular, 2.84 million subscribers, musician, DJ. Very popular in the hobby, or not in the hobby, outside the hobby. He's getting his sports cards. And in this short video, he announces that he's opening up his card house. He's going to start his first break tomorrow. Is it tomorrow or today? Today. It's the 29th. It's later today. Wow. And just by the way, if you check him out, he's doing some great giveaways. Giving away Michael Jordan rookie cards, Luka, Zion, and more. So I think it's interesting. Again, you saw Marky Mark come in, Adam Lefkoe, Gary V. We're just seeing more and more big names bring more and more content to the sports card hobby. So very excited to see where this all ends up. Well, that's it for the sports card daily update. I hope you enjoyed this, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the future. Please like, I love some comments, and subscribe if you haven't already.